This time on the Great Gildersleeve, Leroy adopts a pig, and the man called X visits North Korea. Hello there, this is Victor Ives, inviting you to join us now as we turn back the clock to relive the golden moments of radio's yesteryear and present the greatest radio shows of all time on the golden age of radio theater. This time, the man called X visits North Korea. In this episode from 1951, William Conrad is a featured player. You may remember William Conrad was radio's Gunsmoke, TV's Cannon, and now is the guy who sells those smoke detectors on TV. Later this hour on the Great Gildersleeve, Leroy has a pet pig, and that causes some problems. But first, let's find out what problems take the man called X, played by Herbert Marshall, to North Korea.
Herbert Marshall as the man called X. Wherever there is mystery, intrigue, romance, in all the strange and dangerous places of the world, there you will find the man called X. Over most of the earth at this time of year, men begin looking forward to the end of winter, begin sniffing the air for the first faint signs of spring. Much too early, they begin repairing trout rods, poring over seed catalogs, planning vacations, and longing for the joy and freedom of an outdoor summer. Or at least they did these things in times gone by, in the years before North Korea.
Di Julie! Di! Utay! Oh!
Oi! Ni lari!
Wagwan! Kadimon!
Ni Hoa.
You are Lee Chan, I believe.
You speak English?
A concession to your many years of professorship in the subject at Harbin University, Professor Lee.
I am no longer a professor. Since the war, I have become a shoemaker.
So I am informed. I am Lieutenant Te Mao of the People's Army of North Korea, now in charge of this sector.
The village of Chinchung is greatly honored, Lieutenant Mao.
I am also informed that you are not generally considered cooperative to our government, Professor Lee.
I have caused no trouble.
You have a granddaughter, I believe, Lee Song.
Yes.
Very pretty, I am told.
What do you mean, Lieutenant?
I mean you will become much more cooperative immediately. Do we understand each other?
Yes.
Good. Woman Chu! Dain!
A refugee from the north brought the information into Kusan yesterday, Ken. A man from the village of Chinchung.
Chinchung. Near the Manchurian border, isn't it, Chief?
That's right. About 70 miles inland from the Yellow Sea coast.
Uh-huh.
And Ken, hold on to your hat. Roland Patterson is hiding out there.
Patterson? Patterson's alive?
I know what you mean. You heard he crashed at sea on that solo flight from Formosa last month. Only he didn't. Or at any rate, he was rescued.
Oh, thank God for that. He's the greatest expert in the world on Oriental affairs.
Ken, he predicted Pearl Harbor a year ahead of time. The invasion of South Korea 6 months before it happened. And probable Chinese intervention the day the UN forces crossed the 38th fire level.
Only then, nobody would believe him. I think they're ready to now.
Except for one thing. He's not available. He's in North Korea, hiding out with a man named Lee Chan. Used to be a professor at Harbin.
I've heard of him.
Apparently, Patterson's in no shape to try and escape on his own.
Well, we've got to get him out some way.
That's right.
And from here, it looks like a one-man job.
I'm afraid so, Ken. If the enemy finds out he's there, well, that'll be that.
It's got to be secret. And it's got to be smooth.
Well, we're in contact now with the Army and Navy in Tokyo. They'll cooperate fully. Anything you want.
In that case, I guess I better plan the operation from there, Chief.
You get a plane out in an hour. And, watch yourself, Ken.
Oh, sure.
Incidentally, it's almost too good to be true, but what's happened to Zellschmidt lately, I hope?
Pagan. The last time I saw him was when he got a telegram from Uncle Ahmed and took off for Washington.
Washington, huh?
You know something? I wish you hadn't asked me.
Why not?
Oh, well, you know. Speak of the devil. Chief, I'll call you from Tokyo.
Tokyo to Guam, now loading. Civilian passengers, please use gate C. Flight 7, now loading. Tokyo to Guam.
Pardon me, sir. You're Mr. Thurston, I believe?
That's right.
Lieutenant Commander Barnes, Naval Intelligence.
Oh,
I'm assigned as liaison officer to your project.
fine. Good.
If you'll give me your check, I'll have your baggage cleared through customs and we'll go straight to headquarters.
Thanks, Commander. Here you are.
I'll be right back.
Oh, pardon me.
Oh, it's nothing, my good man, nothing. Hello, Mr. Thurston.
Oh, no. I knew the Chief shouldn't have asked.
Ask what, Mr. Thurston?
Pagan, what are you doing in Tokyo?
Oh, just making an honest buck or two.
Smuggling or black market?
Mr. Thurston, I'm the Far Eastern representative for Uncle Ahmed, Incorporated.
That still leaves the question open.
But he's strictly legitimate now. Very big at the Pentagon building. He's a 6%, you understand?
6, eh? Nothing cheap about Uncle Ahmed. And you're the Far East representative.
Oh, sure. You see, I know the Orient, well, like the back of my head.
You don't say. Ever hear of the village of Chinchung in North Korea?
Ching Chung. Like 42nd Street.
Pagan, would you be interested in a little job?
Well, I'm pretty busy, Mr.
For,
Thurston.
say, $500?
I'm not that busy. What's the job?
Smuggling?
You know, for a second I thought you said smuggling.
Stick around, Pagan. Stick around.
From February 17th, 1951, the golden age of radio theater is presenting The Man Called X. Now back to Herbert Marshall and William Conrad on The Man Called X.
We're crossing the main ridge of the Paisang Range now, Mr. Thurston. That Ching Chung's that spot of light right ahead of us there. You, want a last-minute briefing?
No, I think it's straight enough, Commander. Those escort bombers will attract their attention by attacking the supply depot to the east, while we parachute into the foothills north of the village.
Right. And your next contact with us will be at Anshu Inlet on the seacoast, 70 miles west.
Yep. I've got the chance.
We'll have a PT boat standing by offshore every night from dusk till dawn, starting tomorrow night. They'll watch for your signal and take you off the beach.
Right. Well, guess we better start getting into these chutes.
Yeah, the escort bombers ought to be starting the runs about now. Here you are. Does your partner know yet?
No. Pagan, you, better come get into this thing.
Oh, I'm plenty warm now, Mr. Thurston, with all these clothes you had put on. Hey, that's a parachute.
Yeah. Yep. Commander Barnes will show you how to get into the harness.
Oh, no, he won't. Oh, no, you're not going to catch me stepping 1 foot outside of this plane tonight.
Take a look at the flashes from the first bomb run. We're about over the village now.
No, I'm not...
Commander, what were your orders exactly?
To drop 2 men by chute, sir. I guess we'll have to throw Mr. Zellschmidt out somewhere over the Yellow Sea on the way back if he doesn't want
Never
it.
mind. How do we fasten this box? Oh, you the sucker. I thought we were just going to fly over the dump.
Come on, Pagan.
Well, you're on your own from here on, Mr. Thurston. I guess you know what that means in enemy territory.
Yep. I'll see you at Anshu.
Did he say enemy? That's enemy territory down there?
Sure. Go on, Pagan. Jump.
Stop pushing, Mr. Thurston. Oh!
So long, Commander.
Good luck.
Pagan, where are you?
Oh, here, Mr. Thurston. I think I'm dead already.
Get out of that parachute and roll it up. Hurry. Here. Take my chute, too, and bury both of them. I want to check this map.
When's this plane coming back to pick us up, Mr. Thurston?
It isn't coming back.
Huh?
Our only way out of here is at Anshu Inlet, 70 miles west.
Oh, now I find out. Why don't I keep my big mouth shut?
I often wonder.
Why, I never even heard of this town, this Ching Chong.
You what?
Well, I mean, I thought I did at first.
Hey, God, so help me, I ought to wring your neck. Now get to work.
Oh, good. Nobody home. Let's go.
A friend. Open up. You're Professor Lee Chan?
Yes?
My name is Ken Thurston from the States. We've come for Roland Patterson.
Thank heaven. Come in quickly. Then my message did get through.
Yeah, how is he?
Very sick. Unconscious most of the time. Here, let me light the lamp. I was at my wit's end. They're very suspicious of me out here.
Who is it?
2 men who have come to take Mr. Patterson out of Korea.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Gentlemen, my granddaughter, Lee Song.
Oh, how are you? Where is Patterson, Professor Lee?
Right above us here. There is a narrow loft between the ceiling and the roof.
Good. Well, I think Patterson had better be moved as quickly as possible. Who's there?
Up into the loft. Both of you, quickly. Lee Song will...
Over here. One climbs up the shield. Like this.
Johnny, Ilani.
Kaidi!
Do not move around. Mr. Patterson is lying here behind.
Good evening, Professor Lee. You are up late.
Yes, we both are.
It is the devil now.
Perhaps the noise of the bombing awakened you. Or perhaps you knew there was going to be a bombing.
No, I knew nothing about it, Lieutenant.
Where is your granddaughter?
She went out somewhere.
Where?
I do not know where.
In other words, Professor Lee, you are of no use whatever to me.
He's drawn a gun.
Lisa.
And for those of no use to me, I have only one answer. This.
Oh! He killed my grandfather.
Oh, Lisa.
He killed my grandfather.
What are you going to do, Mr. X?
Nothing. Too late to help Lee Chan, and the important thing now is to get Patterson out of here.
Oh, I wish I would have stayed and told you.
Why? This way you're learning about life. The kind of life they live in North Korea.
How much longer are we going to have to stay here in this barn and freeze ourselves, Mr. Thurston?
At least until Lee Song gets back from that farmhouse up there.
Hey, somebody's coming.
Mr. Thurston, I've got to go on back with me.
Good.
Welcome, Mr. Thurston. Has been a long time since conference in Seoul. Many changes.
How are you, Kwang? It's good to see you.
The song has said Mr. Patterson is with you. It is bad when friends dare not confide in one another.
We did not know who to trust. Forgive us.
This old one understands, child. In our country now, each man fears his brother.
Kwang, is there any way you can help the 4 of us get out of here toward Anshu Inlet?
Can take you in ox cart to Lushou, 12 miles west.
Ox cart, yeah?
Is possible for you to lie in back, covered with load of straw.
It might work.
In Lushou, it's possible you can make further arrangements.
Yeah, I know a man there who may have a truck, if he's still alive. All right, Kwang. Let's hitch up the cart.
You're listening to The Man Called X from the Golden Age of Radio Theater. We'll continue in just a moment. From February 17th, 1951, we return you now to The Man Called X.
From a haystack in a barn to a haystack on wheels. And twice as cold, Mr. Thurston. You know, we're getting nowhere fast.
We're within a half mile of Lou Show. It's better than walking.
But I'm allergic to hay.
I'm allergic to bullets. Lee Song, how's Mr. Patterson coming along?
He's all right, I think. He's sleeping again. Mr. Thurston, there's a road guard station just ahead. It's necessary that we're very quiet.
Yeah, I understand. Now listen, I can't go myself. So are you sure you know where to find the man I told you about in Lou's show?
Yes, I know. I've heard of him.
Well, Huang is going to drive us all through town in the cart. We'll wait for the truck on the Anshu Road. Got it?
Yes, I understand.
He don't move.
See, should I? Hi.
We don't come at Kwang. Where you go, Kwang?
Tulu show is load of hay.
I know this one.
Load
It's
of
from
hay.
Chinchu.
Maybe something for black market.
No, nothing.
Maybe
Only
something-
hay.
A fat pig.
No, nothing.
If he shoves that bayonet in here, I'll have to kill him and risk getting away.
Wait. Let me talk to him.
What do you mean?
I'm a woman.
All right. Have a try at it. I'll keep you covered.
Hey, have a care. What is it you try to do?
Hey, Song. Why are you there, hiding?
Sometime one wishes to run away from grandfather and see what things are in next village.
And Kwang is help you? Ha! Sly fox, old farmer Kwang.
But like you say, old.
Oh, in 3 hours, one would be off duty here.
In 3 hours, it's possible one would be in marketplace. Drive on, Kwang. Hoi!
Hi.
3 hours. 3 hours,
Mr. Thurston, I haven't breathed for 5 minutes.
Well, you can thank these Song that you're breathing at all. She's got a lot of courage.
Oh, I don't know. I doubt if we were in real danger. Hey, look. I tore my coat sleeve on a nail or something.
It wasn't a nail. That's where the guard poked that band through the hay when he...
Oh.
Idiot! This is a fine time to faint. Easy now, Pagar. Let's slide him into the back of the truck.
I've got his shoulders, Mr. Thurston.
Now! All right. Now, get those blankets around him. He's in no shape to stand a chill.
The owner did not dare to wait, Mr. Thurston. He left the truck and walked back to town. He'll report it as stolen tomorrow.
Good idea. There's certainly no point at... Oh, what's this? Oh, half a dozen hand grenades. Well, let's hang on to them.
How about letting me drive, Mr. Thurston? I know these Japanese army trucks will just like the...
Like the back of your hat, huh?
Just give me one of those things with a tank full of octanes, and I'm off like a bat out of my belfry.
Well, hurry up. We're pushing our luck.
Okay, everybody, hang on. Motor must be cold. It always takes a while for these, you know. It must be flooded. Or something.
All right, Pig, I'll move over.
But, Mr. Thurston, just give me a little time to... What did you do?
Turned on the switch. Well, it's 50 miles to Anshu, and from here on, anything can happen.
But why? It's all open country. There are no more guard stations.
Oh, well, just call it a hunch. Things have been too easy, these songs. Far too easy. Well, Anshu Inlet, end of the line.
Boy, so dark I can't see the nose in front of my face.
How will we find the boat, Mr. Thurston?
We won't. It'll find us as soon as I signal. Let's get Patterson down to the beach first.
Do not move, any of you. You are covered by a dozen rifles. Bunch of these. Light the lantern.
Lieutenant Lamau.
Yes, my dear. I don't believe I've met your friends, though we did find their parachute.
Pagan.
Oh, the ground was frozen, Mr. Thurston. I couldn't bury them.
Ah, Thurston. The famous Mr. X. We are fortunate tonight. The Patterson you mentioned will have to be identified later.
How did you know where to look for us?
First, the parachutes. Second, Li Song reported heading west by a road guard. Third, my own intelligence.
Yes, congratulations.
Nothing, really. And now, Li Song, if you would move a few steps to one side. The accuracy of a machine gun is never quite dependable.
No.
Oh, please, my dear. You have nothing to worry about. I have entirely different plans for you.
As a matter of fact, I think you better change all your plans, Lieutenant. You notice what I've been holding in my hand?
But a hand grenade.
That's right. The pin has been pulled, so don't move. If I release this, you're too close to me to get away. Order your men to drop their arms.
Bingo! Yumabulo! Xiangwutai!
Hagon, take his machine gun.
Okay, Mr. Thurston. Thanks, John.
Now, Lieutenant, order your men to hit the road east, fast. In 10 seconds, I'm going to heave this grenade after them.
Bingo!
Well, I guess we can signal that Navy boat now and get out of here.
Hey, Mr. Thurston, what about that hand grenade?
Yeah, I guess the time's about up. Pick up your feet, boys. Up. Lieutenant Mao, you're a prisoner of war.
All right, boys, lay him there in the center of the launch and keep him covered up. We've got a Navy medic out there in the PT boat.
Good. Now, he's come through it pretty well, Commander, but he should have attention. Oh, sit here, Lee Song.
Thank you, Mr. Thurston.
Okay, shove up. Keep your eye on that prisoner.
Mr. Thurston, if I ever leave the United States again, it's only going to be over my dead body.
All right, kick him up and let's go.
My grandfather.
What the... Mao, did you have some more men there?
I think it is the same ones who have come back. They were undoubtedly puzzled by my orders and have decided I was a traitor.
Well, we'll be out of range in a few seconds. Oh, Lee Song. Here's the flashlight.
Mr. Thurston, she's,
Yeah. Hagon, give me that machine gun. Thanks. All right. Whichever one of you fired that shot. And all the other shots at all the other helpless people in the world.
That stopped them, Mr. X. They're not shooting anymore.
I'm afraid it's too late to do her any good, though.
I know.
Well, at least one thing worked out all right, Mr. Thurston. You rescued the expert you went after.
Yes, and we need him. We need any man who can tell when and where the next war may strike. No question of it. But even more, we need a man who can show us how to end wars. And when you come right down to it, the kind of expert mankind needs most today is an expert on mankind.
You're listening to the Golden Age of Radio Theater. In this April 8th, 1945 production of The Great Gildersleeve, Leroy, Gildy's nephew, has a pet pig. Keeping such a pet violates zoning regulations, and predictable confusion follows.
Now let's join Gildersleeve and his little family in Summerfield.
Summertime and the living is easy.
Bertie's in the laundry doing some ironing. But the rest of the family, well, they're all outdoors, and who wouldn't be on a day like this? The sun is bright, the grass is green, the earth is warm and good to lie upon. And Leroy's lying upon it, chewing a blade of grass and watching his uncle, who's out near the back fence building a pig pen for Leroy's new pet.
Stop watching me, Leroy.
And Marjorie, she's giving the pig a bath. Yes, sir, she's got a tin wash tub, and she's down on her knees beside it. Oh, there.
Leroy, help, quick!
We're helping, Leroy.
Come on, hold on, He's slippery. Take it easy, Tiger. I won't let you drown. There, Tiger. What happened? He fell in. Listen, that's a valuable pig. It's not my fault. He squirmed. You better dry him off before he catches cold. Bertie, have you got a towel? Yeah, bring a towel, Bertie. Hey, you better let me hold him, Marge. Well, I've got him now. But he feels more comfortable with me. Well, be careful. You see, he knows me. Oh, he's shivering, the poor little thing. Oh, Tiger, are you cold? Well, you just snuggle up to Uncle Leroy.
Here's a towel for him, Leroy.
Oh, good.
Nice and warm. I just ironed it. Here, hand him to me, Leroy.
You know how to hold him?
Well, I should. I held you when you were 2 days old. Gave you a bath every day till you was 5.
And he hasn't had a bath since. Very funny. Here, Bertie, grab him.
Come here to me, Piggy. Come here to Bertie. Look at him. Ain't he cute? So little and round.
Look how he wrinkles up his snout. Would you? Oh, I love his skin. It's so pink. And look, it's baggy in the seat.
Well, what's going on here?
We just gave the pig a bath, Unc.
Well, how'd he like it?
He hated it.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
How you come with pigsty, Miss Gildersleeve?
Pigsty? Well, it turned out to be more work than I anticipated, Bertie. Very difficult wood. The nails refused to go in straight. But after all, it's only a pigsty.
We ought to make it a deluxe pigsty. Maybe we could paint it white, colonial maybe, with a little striped awning out in front for him to lie under.
Marjorie, we're going to have a spoiled pig on our hands if we don't watch out. That pig has got to learn to fend for himself. Let him learn his responsibilities early in life. After all, I was only 13 when my father took me aside and said...
Hey, Cheese, it's the police.
Huh? Where?
It's Chief Gates.
Well, hello there.
Oh, hello, Chief.
What have we here?
A pig.
So I see.
His name was Tiger.
Tiger, eh?
What's on your mind, Chief?
Well, as a matter of fact, it's in regards to the pig.
Oh? What about it?
I don't like doing this, Commissioner, but we've had a complaint.
A complaint about what?
About you keeping pigs.
Listen, who made that complaint?
That is neither here nor there.
Well, I want to know.
I'm sorry, Commissioner, but I'm not at liberty to divulge the name.
Oh, you're not? Well, look, Chief, I'm a taxpayer here, and if a charge has been made against me, I have a legal right to know the nature of the charge.
The charge is keeping pigs. It's against the zoning restrictions.
Zoning restrictions? I never knew they had any.
Uncle Mort, what does he mean?
Well, as I say, I'm just as sorry as I can be, but I'm afraid the pig will have to be disposed of.
Uncle Mort, you aren't going to let them take...
Just a moment, children.
They can't take my pig, Unc. They can't.
No, Leroy.
Why, I raised that pig from a baby. Come here, Tiger.
Well, you see how it is, Chief. The children are very fond of it.
Commissioner, I'd sooner cut off my own right arm, but the law's the law, and the law is no pigs.
He's not a pig. He's a pet.
In the eyes of the law, he's a pig.
Listen, why don't you mind your own business?
Leroy?
Yes, why don't you do something useful instead of coming around and bothering people about their pigs?
Why, Marjorie.
Now, kiddies, I want you to understand this is none of my doing.
It is so.
Now, let's be reasonable, Sonny. When you come right down to it, what real difference does it make to the pig whether you eat him now or 6 months from now?
Eat him?
Why, sure. Never heard of roast suckling pig? Why, it's delicious. You'll like it better than turkey.
Don't let him do it, Unc. Don't let him do it.
Now, Sonny.
You kill my pig and I'll kill you.
Leroy.
I will. I'll get it done and I'll kill you.
Leroy, that's the Chief. I mean, don't get upset. You just go in the house with Marjorie and let me handle this, my boy. Take him inside, my dear.
Come on, Leroy. Let's go. Let go of me. Come on, Tiger. We'll run away. We'll run away from home.
Oh, gosh, Commissioner, I didn't mean to start anything like that.
Well, you have started it. What's more, I'm not going to get rid of the pig. This is my property, Chief, and I'll keep pigs here if I want to.
Now, there you're putting me in a very difficult position, Commissioner. Much as I dislike to, I'm afraid I'll have to get a court order.
Okay, you get it. Go ahead. And when you do, you tell them I'm going to fight it. Yes, by George, I'll fight this thing all the way to the Supreme Court and back again. I ask you, Marjorie, who would do a dirty trick like that? Complain about a little pig.
I can't imagine.
Spite, that's what it is, pure spite.
Uncle Mort, you've been pacing for an hour.
I think better this way. Where's Leroy?
Up in his room.
Probably crying his eyes out. The poor kid. By George, I'd like to know who turned in that complaint. Wonder if it could have been Mrs. Pettibone. She hates me because she heard me call her an old snoop once. No, I don't think it was Mrs. Pettibone. Wonder if it's Walter Gurney down the street. He hated me ever since I asked him to return my snow shovel. No, it wasn't Gurney. wonder if it was old man Burrell. He hates everybody. Why should he complain about pigs, though? He lives like a pig himself. No, it wasn't him. Well... Say!
What?
No, it wasn't Hooker. But whoever it was, I know what I'm going to do.
What? What are you going to do?
It's simple, and it'll stand up in any court in the land, or I'm no lawyer.
But what is it?
Marjorie, who's our nearest neighbor?
Why, Mrs. Ransom.
Correct. Leela Ransom. She lives right next door, closer than anybody to us. But does she object to the pig? No.
But I still don't
If
see...
anybody has a right to complain, she has, right?
But, Uncle Mort, I still don't...
Answer my question. Am I right?
You're right.
Very well. I simply get Leela Ransom to sign an affidavit to the effect that the pig is no nuisance to her, and that's all there is to it. If she doesn't complain, how can anybody else?
Oh, Uncle Mort, you're so smart. That's a wonderful idea.
There's just one hitch.
What's that?
I think Leela hates me, too.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Nobody hates you. Least of all, Mrs. Ransom.
Well, I don't know. I stood her up there a couple of weeks ago at the country club dance. Still, there must be some way to handle her. Well, I'll just run over there. Maybe it'll come to me. Yeah, this is going to take a little handling, I guess. Oh, well, have to turn on the old charm. Look, who's here? Me?
Well.
Wait a minute, Leela.
Mr. Gildersleeve, down where I come from, a gentleman doesn't stick his foot in a lady's door.
Oh, please, Leela. Just for a minute. Let me come in, won't you?
You appear to be in. I was expecting another gentleman. I wouldn't have even gone to the door. But now that you're in, I suppose I shall have to be civil to you, being from the South.
Oh. Well, thank you, Leela. Shall we, go in and sit down?
Must we?
Well, no, we can stand up. I just dropped in to ask you a favor.
Really? Doesn't it strike you, Mr. Gildersleeve, that a gentleman who invites a lady to a dance and then breaks the engagement is hardly in a position to ask a favor?
Well, this isn't for myself. It's for a pig.
What?
Look, Leela, let's go in and sit down. I can explain better sitting down.
If you have any business with me, Mr. Gildersleeve, you can explain it here.
But, Leela, after all, we meant to each other.
And keep your distance.
You're right, Leela. I've been a bad boy. I'm no good. You shouldn't have anything to do with me.
Well, if that's the way you feel, suppose we go in and sit down.
Now we're getting someplace.
Why?
Look, Leela, I don't know quite how to put this. Gad, you're attractive today.
Oh, thank you, kind sir. You were saying?
Oh, yes. Look, Leela, you're fond of dumb animals, aren't you?
If you're referring to yourself, the answer is no.
Oh, very good. Leela, be serious, won't you?
Oh, not terrible. Go on, Throckmorton.
Well, some dirty so-and-so has made a complaint about my pig.
Really?
I thought if you'd be willing to testify that it's a nice pig and no trouble to it.
Really, Throckmorton, I've had some strange requests in my life, but this is the first time I've ever been asked to indulge a pig.
Well, it really wouldn't be any trouble.
Mr. Gildersleeve, it might interest you to know that it was I who made the complaint about the pig.
You?
Certainly. I might have withdrawn it if you hadn't come over here with all these mealy-mouthed compliments, telling me how attractive I am when all the time you're thinking about a pig.
All that charm gone for nothing. All right, we'll go to law. It's perfectly ridiculous, Judge. What does a town this size want with zoning restrictions?
Nevertheless, Gildy, the restrictions stand. They're on the books, and as it says in black and white, no livestock.
I don't care what it says, Judge. We're going to fight.
Gildy, as your attorney, I have to tell you, you haven't a leg to stand on.
Why, you old goat,
Now, let me finish. If you want to argue the matter, you have to come up before the zoning commission.
All right, let it.
And it just happens that I am the chairman of the commission.
You're the... Why, you old son of a gun. Why didn't you say so in the first place? Horace, by George, you're all right. You're pretty slick.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. I take back everything I said about the zoning commission.
All right. As chairman of the zoning commission, I give you just 24 hours to get that pig out of town.
Oh!
You're listening to the Great Gildersleeve on the Golden Age of Radio Theater. Leroy, Gildy's nephew, is played by Walter Tetley. I don't know who's playing the pig.
Now, here's the Great Gildersleeve again, faced with a delicate problem in domestic diplomacy, namely, how to do away with a pig that's crept into the hearts of his nephew Leroy and his niece Marjorie. In this extremity, he turns to the tactful Bertie in her kitchen for advice.
Bertie,
Yes, Miss Gildersleeve?
are you busy?
Miss Gildersleeve, I'm always busy. You want something?
Well, I am... still ironing, huh? Well, it's about this pig, Bertie. Judge Hooker says we'll have to get rid of it. Something about a zoning ordinance. Anyway, the pig must go.
Poor Leroy. He's gone downtown to get some linoleum for the pigsty.
Yeah, I know. He's crazy about that pig.
Well, sir, if he's got to go, he's got to go. We're here today and gone tomorrow.
Yes, Bertie. I thought I could just take him down to the butcher and have him... Well, you know, a little roast pork wouldn't be so bad.
Now, Mr. Gildersleeve, if we have roast pork for Sunday dinner, Leroy's going to be suspicious.
You may be right. Still, there must be a way of disguising pork. Fricassee, it may be.
Pork's pork, Mr. Gildersleeve. Fricassee is fried, bake it or stuff it. Pork is still pork.
You think the children would notice?
They notice any kind of meat these days. They're meat conscious.
Well, what if I had him, what about sausage?
There ain't know where sausage comes from, too.
Well, confound it, Bertie. I've got more than $15 tied up in this pig. I just can't throw it away.
Maybe you could sell him to the butcher.
That's a good idea, Bertie. Or trade him, maybe, for some lamb chops. By George, I'll call him right away. What's the fellow's name?
Mr. Belden at the Reliable Meat Market.
Belden? Gee, I think I got in a row with him once.
Yes, sir, you called him a robber.
I better try somebody else.
He's the only butcher in town now, Miss Gildersleeve.
All right, then I'll try Belden. Only I won't tell him who I am. Yeah. What's the phone number there, Bertie?
3418.
3418. 3418. Bertie.
Yes, sir.
Let me know if Leroy comes in. I don't want him to hear this.
Yes, sir. I'll let you know if he comes this way.
Hello, is this Mr. Belden? This is one of your good customers, Mr. Belden. Never mind who. What I wanted to ask you is this. I've got a live pig I'd like to trade you. Trade this pig for some lamb or beef. Oh, you can't, huh? Oh, the OPA. Bureaucrats. Well, how'd you like to buy the pig, Mr. Belden? He's 3 weeks old and very healthy. $1. Listen, this pig cost me $10 in cash, and he's eaten $6 worth of baby food. Well, in that case, my name is Gildersleeve, and you're still a robber. Looks like I'm stuck with a pig. Oh, well.
What you say, Miss Gildersleeve?
Nothing doing, Bertie.
Well, sir, looks like you have to be the butcher yourself.
Oh, no, I couldn't do that, Bertie. After all, I've got feelings, you know.
Yes, sir.
Still, if I could think of some merciful way, maybe we could get him to overeat.
Never kill a pig that way.
I guess not. Maybe I could just put him to sleep, huh? Say, chloroform. Put him in a nice sleep, and that's all he knows. What do you think, Bertie?
Well, if it was me, I'd rather be shot than take chloroform. I don't like the smell.
I'd rather take chloroform than be shot. I don't like the noise, Bertie.
Okay, Miss Gildersleeve, it's your pig. Where are you going to get the chloroform?
I'll take the pig down to Peavy's, Bertie. I guess I better do it right now while the children are out of the house.
Yes, sir. What shall I tell Leroy when he comes home?
Just tell him I took the pig for a ride. Gee, don't tell him what kind of a ride. Well, Peavy's got his screen door up. I guess everybody's doing it. Yeah, come on, Tiger.
Well, Mr. Gildersleeve, is that a pig, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Oh, sure, it's a pig. The pig you sold me that baby food for. You ought to remember him.
Oh, yeah. It's just a little unusual for a pig to walk in here, that's all.
Well, I got him on a leash, Peavy, so there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Gildersleeve. Now, what can I do for you this afternoon?
I want some chloroform.
Chloroform? About how much chloroform?
Oh, a pound or a pint, however you sell it.
Sell it any way you want it, but a pint's quite a lot of chloroform. Might I ask what it's for?
I haven't been sleeping well lately.
I never heard of chloroform being used just in that way. Was this prescribed by a physician?
No, Peavy, this was my own idea.
I thought so. If you don't mind the suggestion, I have several tablets which are quite helpful in cases of insomnia.
Oh, they wouldn't help me. This is a very stubborn case.
All right, Mr. Gildersleeve. A pint, you say?
Yeah, I guess so. Might as well have a good sleep while I'm at it.
You will, brother.
What's that, Peavy?
I'm just talking to myself. Oh, by the way, there's a little formality. Chloroform is poison, you know, so you have to sign the register.
Register? What kind of hocus pocus is this?
State pharmacy law, Mr. Gildersleeve. I've got the forms right here. It's in case any crimes are committed and so on.
Well, I'm not planning to commit any crimes, Peavy.
Oh, I'm sure you're not, but it's a regulation. Anytime I sell poison, I have to fill this out. Let's see. Date and the time. Seems to be about 2:45. No, 2:47.
Oh, hurry up, Peavy. You don't have to have bull of a watch time.
Well, it might be very important if the crime is committed at 2:45.
There isn't going to be any crime.
All right, Mr. Gildersleeve. Name of poison, chloroform. Amount, 1 pint. Now, purpose for which poison is purchased. Suppose I say purchaser needs it for insomnia.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, you just sign it here.
Sign it?
Yes, sir, that's the law.
Well, I don't like this, Peavy. Suppose I don't use all of it for insomnia.
Well, what else could you use it for, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Nothing.
Well, if you have some left over, just throw it away. Sign right here.
What if I don't want it for insomnia at all?
Well, then what do you want it for?
The pig. I have to get rid of the pig, Peavy. I thought chloroform would be the kindest way.
Oh, I can't let you have chloroform for that, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Why not?
That would be murder.
No, it wouldn't, Peavy. The law says I can't keep the pig.
The law says I can't sell poison for animals either.
What about Beckman's pharmacy, Peavy? Do you think they'd let me have it?
No, Mr. Gildersleeve, I don't. Beckman's pretty low, but I doubt if he monkeys with the poison law.
Well, darn it, then. What am I going to do?
I really couldn't say, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Just have to go off somewhere and shoot the animal, Peavy. It's all your fault for taking such a narrow view of the law.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Well, it's a fact, Peavy. Here, you hold the pig while I make a phone call.
Why should I hold him?
Because there isn't room in the phone booth for me and the pig. Wait a minute. You make the phone call for me, huh?
Who do you want me to call?
Well, I don't want to do this dirty work all by myself. Thought I'd call Floyd Munson and see if he wants to go along.
Oh, Floyd's just the man.
Oh, Tiger, what's the matter? Did I step on your little tail? I'm sorry, Tiger. Nice, Tiger.
What shall I say, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Ask Floyd if he's got a gun.
Yeah? And then what?
Then tell him to meet
Wait a minute. Hello, Floyd. Peavy. Have you got a gun? Yes, he has.
Oh? All right. Ask him if he can get it and meet me, let's say out at the reservoir in half an hour.
Floyd, would you care to get the gun and meet Mr. Gildersleeve out at the reservoir in half an hour? Mr. Gildersleeve and friend.
Well?
He wants to know if it's a duel.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Just tell him it's important.
Mr. Gildersleeve says it's important, Floyd. All right, goodbye. We'll be there, sir.
Good, thanks, Petey. Well, come on, Tiger.
Well, you're pulling a little too hard on that leash, Mr. Gildersleeve. It hurts the little fellow's throat.
Oh, is that it? Well, come on, Tiger. Come on.
Mr. Gildersleeve.
What is it?
As long as you're taking a pig away to shoot him, I wonder if he'd accept a chocolate sundae with my compliment.
Oh, Peavy, that's a lovely thought. Make it 2. Well, that's about the size of it, Floyd. The butcher won't take him, and I can't keep him. Only way I can get any good out of him is to do away with him myself.
Yeah, I see what you mean, Miss Gildersleeve.
Yes, down, Tiger.
Say, you got him pretty well trained.
Oh, yeah, very intelligent pig. As pigs go, of course.
I guess the kids will miss him, huh?
I'll have to tell the children that he ran away.
Yeah, that's very smart. Hey, wait a minute. What do you say when the pork chops show up?
Well, I'll have to hold them back for a while.
But where are you going to hide the corpse?
Judge Hooker's got a deep freeze cabinet. Put the meat in there till this all blows over.
Yeah, that sounds okay. Well, what are we waiting for?
Huh? Oh, you got the gun?
Gave it to you.
Oh, yeah. Thought my coat was getting a little heavy on this side. 45, isn't it?
Yep. He'll never know what hit him.
Oh, I wonder where I should, where's his heart?
You don't want to shoot him in the heart. Boil too much meat that way.
Well, then, where?
I don't know. It's all good stuff, even the feet. Did you ever eat pickled pig's feet?
No.
Nice with coleslaw. I guess the best thing is to let him have it right between the eyes.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, go on, plug him. We don't want to be out here all night. The wife gets a little ugly if she has to hold up supper.
Well, come here, Tiger. Don't look at me like that, Tiger.
What's the matter?
He looked right at me as if he knew what I was going to do.
Maybe he does. Animals are funny that way. You ever read that story, Black Beauty? Horse knew the bridge was out.
Yes, I remember. Well, this thing all cocked and ready, isn't it?
Yep, ready, aim, fire. That's all there is to it.
All right. Now, Tiger. Look out! Tiger, you must never jump on a man with a gun in his hand. It might go off. Now, stand still, Tiger.
Now you got him.
He's looking at me again. Those sad blue eyes.
Oh, he ain't really sad, Mr. Gildersleeve. He thinks you're playing with him.
I wish I was. I don't think I can go through with this, Floyd.
Oh, come on. You're not doing anything wrong. Pigs are made to eat.
I know.
He's lucky to get knocked off early before he knows how much fun he's missing.
I just can't do it, Floyd.
Oh, Commissioner, I'm surprised at you. There's nothing to it. Just pull the trigger and it's all over.
I know. I just can't do it. Here, you do it.
Oh, no.
Well, there's nothing to it, Floyd. Just pull the trigger and it's all over.
Easy enough to tell the other fella.
Sure, but I couldn't shoot him any more than I could shoot Leroy.
Oh, sure. I'd just as soon shoot my wife. Sooner, maybe. And that reminds me, what are you going to do with this pig?
I don't know. Say, why shouldn't I give him back to your cousin? Let him live on a farm. He'd be better off there.
Sure.
Why, certainly. Leroy can go out there and visit him every weekend. It'll be wonderful. Leroy will be happy. The pig will be happy. Everybody will be happy. Why didn't I think of that before?
Hey, Commissioner.
What is it, Floyd?
You understand there'll have to be a small charge for boarding the pig.
Boarding the pig? How much?
Well, I guess $2 a week would take care of it.
$2?
You want the pig to be happy, don't you?
All right. Well, I'm right back where I started. I'm out $20. I haven't any bacon. I don't own the pig. And I'm paying $2 a week for his board. How do I do it? Good night, everybody.
And I bet you thought the final episode was going to be a luau in Gildersleeve's backyard. That's the Great Gildersleeve from 1945 on the Golden Age of Radio Theater. In just a moment, a word about Billy Burke. Those of you who love the film The Wizard of Oz will remember Billy Burke as the beautiful good witch. Billy had her own radio program. It was The Billy Burke Show, and strangely enough, she played herself. Billy's brother was played by Earl Russ. Also featured in the cast were Lillian Randolph, Marvin Miller, Arthur Q. Bryan, and Hattie McDaniel. You should remember those names, Arthur Q. Bryan from the Fibber McGee and Molly program, and Hattie McDaniel, who played Beulah after the actor who created the role passed away. The Billy Burke Show was first heard over CBS in 1944 and ran until 1946. Well, we hope that you'll join us next time we relive the golden moments of radio's yesteryear and present the greatest radio shows of all time on the Golden Age of Radio Theater. This is Victor Ives speaking. Thank you for listening.
For a copy of today's program, call 1-800-326-0296 and refer to show number 6. That number again is 1-800-326-0296. And remember to refer to show number 6.